the fans wanted it to be, because change was definitely needed. I think most fans would say that. So for him to focus on everything and not just the stuff that happens on the field, I think that's the type of thing where if things start to go wrong, the fans won't be as unhappy straight away, because I think he understands it. I think he's brought them happiness before even the true success that they're seeking arrived. And I think that goes a long, long way. And not every manager would do that. And in some ways, most managers don't have to do that. But when the fans get the manager, the players get the manager, the staff get the manager, and you can see that there's real good intent there. And I think you got him to say as well that his phone's never off.
Yeah.
And is available all the time. I think he's probably made a mistake there, because then people might be calling him 2-3 o'clock in the morning. But at least the intent's there. And it's not a case of, I've done my work and now I disappear. For him, this job is everything.
Well, let's bring someone else into the conversation as well, then, because we can go live to St James's Park. The BBC's Matthew Raisbeck is there 4 hours before kick-off, pretty much. Afternoon, Matthew.
Good afternoon, Steve. Hi, guys.
Hi. I do my best not to quote Nadum at any point, but he just made the point there. Eddie Howe's brought happiness even before bringing success, which is right, isn't it?
Absolutely. I can only echo the comments that Nedum and Jose have made, Steve. He has been terrific. He was exactly what Newcastle needed when they appointed him last November. A coach who has a proven track record of improving teams, improving players, and making progress with the club that he's at. And he turned things around so masterfully last season with Newcastle, who were right in the thick of a relegation battle. The season was heading for disaster, but from I think the end of January, they won 12 of their last 16 Premier League games and somehow finished 11th in the table. With Eddie Howe, what you get, he is 24 hours. He is totally immersed in the job and in the club, but he's bought into what Newcastle is about, and that's important, I think, for his relationship and understanding with the fans. He quickly identified the problems they had on the pitch, went about fixing them with a really hands-on, detailed, diligent, hard-working approach on the training ground. And not only did he improve the team, but he improved several individuals within it. I mean, not least Joelinton, who was a disaster up front, £40 million, and now is a machine in central midfield and one of Newcastle's best players. He was their player of the year last year. Of course, the new signings they made in January helped, but they were already collecting points and starting to improve before those new players arrived. And as you've already said, St James's Park is a happy place once again. The fans want to be here. They love being here. The atmosphere is terrific for the first time in a long time.
The interview that we did with him, Matt, there'll be lots of stuff in there that Newcastle fans will have loved hearing. Not least, one, him saying, I want to take their breath away with how we play. And two, that focus on cup competitions. Newcastle fans don't need me to tell them how long it's been they've been waiting for a trophy.
Yeah, well, I think because of how well they finished last season and the improvements they've made already this summer, with hopefully a couple of more players to arrive before the transfer window closes, they can actually go into the Cups without any pressure on them and maybe enjoy it and try to go on a cup run, because it's been an awful long time, really. They did have a quarter-final a couple of years ago under Steve Bruce in the FA Cup, but in the Mike Ashley era, that was the only time they got past the fourth round of the FA Cup, and that was nearly a decade and a half. So if Eddie Howe wants Newcastle to do well in the Cups, then that will be music to the ears of the supporters, yeah.
Matt, thank you very much. That's Matt Raisbeck from BBC Radio Newcastle at St James's Park. That's where we'll be for full commentary of Newcastle versus Manchester City at 4:30. Our first commentary is at Ellen Road. Leeds against Chelsea, 2 o'clock. So we'll bring you the team news in 10 minutes' time with John Murray, our correspondent, and Pat Nevin. This actually, Neardon, works quite well after the Eddie Howe interview. Jesse Marsh saying to ESPN this week that the biggest thing he's learned from his time at Leeds is that he belongs there. And you and I spoke at the back end of last season about maybe he needs to be a bit more bullish and stop bringing up things like Ted Lasso in his interviews. Maybe that is him being a bit more bullish, and based on their start, maybe he should be.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And the stuff which he was doing when he first came over, I think that was more so to sort of appease a national audience. But you don't need to spend that long in sort of Yorkshire to understand that, the people closest to you are the ones which you need to impress.